Creation's Journey to Life, Day 78, Stepping Out of Character. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that I create myself as the memories of my experiences by remembering me as the character in the memory that I then tell in the story of my life, looking for an audience to love my acting so that I can feel my character is being appreciated. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that I look for experiences to create a memory within which I can star as the character so that I can be appreciated as the actor that created the experience, leaving me as creator and created, lost between the chicken and the egg, unable to see who I am as creator and created, as whenever I see me, I only see a memory where I am a character and I know I created the memory and that the memory and the character are my illusion I fear to lose. So I create ways to ensure to myself the character I build as myself is real because I make it real. Thus, who am I then? A character, an experience, the creator, the created? Or is the creator not only a character as well? I forgive myself that I've accepted and allowed myself to not realize everyone in my world is just a character that is here as my memory, validating my character so that I can feel my character is real. But from everyone else's point of view, I am just a character in their memory, validating that their character is real. In this way, we agree, through this allowance, that we con each other as we together created consciousness to validate each other's character to make us believe our illusion is real. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that the character I build is the character I play in the story of my life, looking for an audience to love my character so that my character can be validated by someone else, because then I can also believe that my character is real, as it must be real if someone else can see my character and love it. But if you dare to not accept my character, I will hate you, because you do not love what I love, my character, as the character of me I created as my memory, which creates me as a character. And so I am in the circle of my life as my character, as my memory, recreating myself as the character with everything that defines me as character, over and over again, having the exact same experience as this character until I decide to create a new character, which will follow the exact same pattern, ending with me as the character in my memory, where the memory creates me. Thus, if my memory creates me, is my memory God? I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that when I step out of my character, there will be conflict, as everyone else that defined themselves according to my character will hate me for stopping the game of creation, as they will no longer be validated by my character, and I will no longer accept the validation by them of my character. And thus, the perfect memory that created the character as me will be damaged, and the story of the character will fail. Those that are no longer validated by me as character will immediately look for a new character to define their story of life, ostracizing me to force me to step back into character as they knew me in memory, so that the memory can be restored and the characters can continue in a way that the character is love. If you refuse, the character that fails will either step out of character and see who they really are here as life, or will step into a new character and continue with the game of looking for someone to love their acting and their character. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that all memories are always a new dimension that with which I am the main character that defines all of the memory, which I then step into whenever I am looking for approval or validation by another telling them my story. As in my story, my character is the main actor, and I am in fact explaining who I have accepted myself to be as the character in my story, looking for acceptance of this character, limited to the illusion of my memory and me as the illusion I created myself to be. All this happening instantaneously, showing the awesome power I am as creator, as I can instantaneously create myself as any character, even as an illusion, even trap myself eternally in infinite characters, as there is no limit to what I am, yet I am limited as the character I created myself as the illusion within which I keep lying to myself, claiming that I am not creating me, as I made sure that I will lie to myself so effectively that I will never be able to step out of character, even if I die and come back in another life. It is just another character in another memory, as any other illusion where I lie to myself. I will do anything as a character to not see that all I have ever been is just as lie I created myself. I forgive myself that I've accepted and allowed myself to not realize that the very moment I remind myself that I am the creator, I immediately create another memory within which I am fine with all the props like light and colors to prove to me that I am the creator, claiming that it is all an illusion and that I, as creator, am real and my reality I created as my memory is real, while it is all just still a lie, now created, where I can blind myself with light to not see what is really here as the physical, as the memories we have trapped ourselves in, as time and space, just because we do not want to clean up the mess of our creation, but we want to create. So we look for slaves to clean up the mess of our creation, and we make these slaves our new characters, creating them as God and Jesus and Muhammad and Buddha and love and light. And according to us, these characters we created as all powerful will sort out our mess, as we are born as a mess, in a mess we believe. And yet our creation and the mess it is in our message to ourselves that there are no slaves, and that a creator must take responsibility for its creation, and when it is a mess, the creator must clean it up. That is our destiny. I commit myself to be the one that takes on the character of each one here as their ego, and to destroy the memory that created the character so that the real one may step forth and see the real mess being created, so we can sort out the mess on earth we have created together, while lost as characters in our own illusion of memory. I commit myself to show that love is always self-interest, as it is only a character as illusion of self-created as self, as the lie that is looking for validation and acceptance for the lie as character. I commit myself to show that parents do not educate their children in life, but only build characters and teach children how to live a lie as a character, perpetuating the mess of creation without getting the message, which is to stop and step out of character. I commit myself to be the conflict necessary that will invalidate the character of each one as the characters are just a lie that must be realized to see with real eyes. I commit myself to show that each character is the product of the personal Hollywood as the mind, where the character seeks fame and glorification and love so that the story of their lives and the characters they play can be validated. I commit myself to show that a simple thought creates a character and immediately creates a new lie as a dimension as a memory, where the creator is the character, lost in thought, and that we must realize that to stop thoughts is to stop lying to ourselves so that we can get on with cleaning up the mess we created on Earth. I commit myself to show that the only reason we create characters and memories to lie to ourselves is because we do not like cleaning up the mess we created, and we prefer to do what we like doing, which is lying to ourselves, creating character upon character.